We do mac and cheese. The mac and cheese podcast.
The mac and cheese podcast after this. But first...
Stay tuned for the mac and cheese podcast.
But first, the TrickingCerberus podcast. With me, Ronnie.
And me, Saffy. See? Loud.
Yeah, this is super last minute. I literally messaged Saffy like 2 hours ago. I didn't actually message the others because I was like, they probably wouldn't be able to come down anyway. So, yeah, we've got a podcast today.
Lucky,
and we're also following this.
So reliable.
After this, we're immediately going to do an unusual comparison podcast with a special guest.
Oh, special guest.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, it's not the mac and cheese.
I mean, that will feature, I'm sure. But no, it's a good friend of mine from my building, and yeah, you'll get to meet them later. If you listen to both of them, I hope you do.
Better.
Because that's just extra content, why wouldn't
Otherwise,
you?
you'll be fucking sorry.
Saffy's gonna come after you.
Saffy's laying down the law.
So Saffy.
Hello. I came here with my grandma, just so you know.
What?
Well, I was waiting for the bus to get a train down, but the trains aren't running properly. So I was waiting at the bus stop, and then there was my grandma, and we were getting on the same bus. So
It was like an old conversation, like, hi, Nan. What do you call her?
Grandma.
That's really formal.
It's not formal.
Hi,
I don't
Grandma.
think it's formal. Yeah.
I don't know. The only life one I've got is called Nan. So, but to be fair, it was Granny and Nan before, but now it's only Nan. So it's like, yeah.
Okay. Well, it was like a whole family meeting because she was there, and then as we were getting on the bus, my uncle showed up, and he wasn't getting on the bus, but he stepped on the bus to talk to us, and the driver got really pissed off with him, like, I'm trying to fucking drive on schedule here, get off the fucking bus if you're not staying on it.
It's like, whoa, we're having a family meeting right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really weird.
It was so weird.
I mean,
it's because there's, me, well, my family and then my grandma lives with 3 of my uncles, so there's a lot of us in the small little town.
My brain broke with the idea of 3 uncles, but I was like, what?
3 whole uncles? Madness.
For some reason, I immediately forgot how family works, and I was like, you can't have 3 uncles, you can only have 2, and I was like, wait. So like grandparents, you can have 3 granduncles.
Only 2 uncles are allowed. So yeah, there's a lot of us in a little town, so we kind of...
To be fair, I only have 2 uncles. So
not bragging, but we kind of rule the joint, you know?
It's like a family affair. Mafia.
Yeah, basically. Asian mafia.
I mean, that's what I just get confused by the concept. I've heard that often from people I know who have loads of people I know have all of family around them, and I'm like, one half's in Plymouth, I think. The others are kind of in Manchester, maybe.
Well, my
so I never know. Actually, I don't know where some of my family live, but I don't really talk. We literally talk to Mum's dad, Fake Alan, and that's it.
Fake Alan.
That's what we call him.
Why is he fake?
Because it's not his real name.
Oh, okay.
Because I've got Alan and I've got real Alan and fake Alan.
Okay.
And we wouldn't have to we wouldn't have to call him fake
if
Alan if I didn't have a real Alan.
If you were gonna pick a name for yourself that you didn't already have, why would you pick Alan?
It was cool back 80 years ago. No, 60 years ago, because that's when we'd be able to change his name.
Okay.
But he was named William after his dad, so he was like William II. But he didn't appreciate that. He didn't want the same name as his dad. Rebel.
I can get behind that. Listen, I'm not going to judge anyone for naming their children what they want, but...
After yourself is a bit egotistical.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of naming your children after yourself or even your parents.
I think it's just like a legacy thing.
Oh, yeah, William's so unique.
Yeah, I think they got lazy on that one. But, no stereotype, it's just from routine especially is broken my brain. But you see it a lot with Hispanic people.
Yeah.
Do you think it's more we're not having any of your Anglo-Saxon names, we're keeping these names? I can't think of any others though. You're keeping Gustavo. You're keeping it. Gustavo even. Gustavo is the female version.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not pulling my leg.
I'm not. I think.
I think.
I had to Google this for Go Or You.
Oh.
So I think I looked it up and someone said it, but it was on Yahoo Answers. So it's like, if do you trust Yahoo Answers?
Yoo-hoo? Or Yahoo.
Yahoo.
Yoo-hoo!
You've made fun of me for that before.
Yeah,
I call it Yahoo. It's like Yahoo milkshake. Yahoo.
That's Yazoo. Yazoo.
Yazoo.
Yeah. That's the
Yazoo?
milkshake.
Yeah.
Yazoo.
I think it was called Yazoo.
Evidently.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Gustava isn't a very feminine name. It's very strong. Gustava.
I like it.
Do you think you'd roll with it?
Yeah, yeah.
But then everyone call you Gus. But I say that when like my name's
But then
Ronnie.
I kind of dig like girl names that are boy names.
I say I'm Ronnie, so it's not even my real name. As you probably know by this point. I should stop talking my name. But
Disgusting.
how dare you?
Bad habits.
I'm so sorry, guys.
That was Saffy, by the way. That was me.
I really wanted to do that as well. I was about to do one. But then I was kind of half worried that a pretzel
Hive
would just go
mind.
into your
Yeah,
face.
That was a beer burp.
That was probably one. Brewdog, great brand. But anyway, back
Not
to Alan.
sponsored by them.
I wish. Yeah, I mean, fake Alan's like the best Alan.
Okay.
Like, he's like, I was working in the shop the other day and I worked with my mum, and If You Think I'm Sexy came on the radio, and she had this like flashback moment, like 100-yard stare, and she was like, she was literally like, I remember when my dad sang this dressed up as a fairy in front of the church because it was a recital or something, and I was just there like, go on. She's like,
This is a story that needs to be told.
and I was like, tell the story. And she's like, that was it. And I was like, no, you have to say what's happened. And she was like, that was it. And I was just like,
You can't just leave that hanging in the air.
just like, he was saying, if you think it's sexy as a fairy, and I'm like, all right, fake Alan. He's also was a history teacher, then a headmaster. Now he's a pastor.
Family history with Ronnie.
I mean, it's still alive.
Yeah, but it's still.
I think he's currently a
history.
pastor. He might be retired now. But and then he used to. I think he got arrested when he was younger for being a not a rioter, protester in like every issue in the 60s or whatever. He was like, I'm here. I'm gonna protest this, and got arrested a couple of times.
Nice.
Yeah, that's fake Alan. I love him. Cool, my man. He's a really awkward.
My man.
But I say all this like he's a top lad. He's like the most awkward, soft-spoken person in the world, as you can expect from like a head teacher and such.
Yeah.
He just doesn't talk, and he just has like a Santa laugh, like ho ho ho, and like that's like he'll just like come up with words like, and he's very Mancunian. I can't do his accent. Just like, how have you been, love, or whatever, and I can't do it. I can't do Mancunian. I'm so sorry. I'm just telling Scouse. I've been around a Scouse girl all week, and yeah, he'll just be like, "How you been, love?" Okay, sweet.
That sounded. You should explain that better. That sounded a bit risque. Oh, I've been with a Scouse girl all weekend.
With a bunch of other people, have it on a bender. I mean, you're making it sound even worse, Abby. I just hang out with some friends who are from Austin. Not from Austin. I met them in Austin, but they're English.
Yeah.
A whole mix of English. I've got Cumbrian, a Scouse, slash Liverpudlian. I prefer Liverpudlian. It's just more fun to say. Puddlian.
Yeah.
Another guy from London, Joe, and a guy from Birmingham. And it just means like, oh, and a guy from Essex, of course. And it's like, the mix of accents just like, it throws me
It
every single
messes-
time.
yeah,
And I'm one of those people that, when you're around an accent that's pretty strong, your voice adapts accidentally and you just
Yeah.
can't help it.
When I went
Scouse
to,
is just such a strong accent. It just ruined my voice for a week.
when I went to
Again,
Egypt,
I keep saying
I made friends with a girl who was from Birmingham, and because I'd spent like the whole week with her, I kind of adopted a kind of Birmingham twang. My mum got really pissed off with me about that. She was like, just fucking talk normally, you piece of shit. But it was the same, whenever she'd call me up, and we'd talk on the phone for like an hour, and it would happen again.
See, it's nothing like, the Birmingham didn't seem so strong when you have a Cumbrian and a Scouse person there.
Yeah.
Because they're just so like different, and it's like annoyingly different. Like Ellie was the name of the Scouse girl, and basically, the guy from Birmingham, Andy, he had to translate sometimes. Like sometimes I'd say stuff, and she'd be like, "What'd you say?" And sometimes I'd say, she'd say things, and I'd be like, "Andy, what did she say?" I couldn't. Like one particular example. This is like midnight, like really tired, just like, and I was like, "What?" And this one was life's hard, and I was like, "What? Life's hard?" And then I was like, "Andy, you gotta help me here." She's like, "Life sword?" And she was like, "No, life's hard." And he was just like, "Life is hard." And I was like, "Oh, life is hard. I get what you're saying." I was just like, it should have taken that long to get that. And I was just like, it's really strong sometimes. Like it's like a guy from Birmingham's like the perfect like intermediate. Like I get that accent, but I also get this accent, so it's all good. It's like a real translator. It was great.
Nice. I'm gonna change the subject, and I'm gonna try to make a smooth segue here. I'm just
Segue. Insert segue here.
I discovered that I just attract weirdos.
Okay.
I mean, if you've seen my Twitter, a lot of my tweets are based around strange interactions that I get on the street.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really bad at looking at Twitter.
Well,
I treat you like
you're missing out. Well, no, you're not missing out, because I'm going to tell you the stories in person now, and it's even better than
I just saying like
it being limited.
I treat you like Facebook in that I don't read the feed, but when I get mentions or messages,
Yeah.
then I care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get better at Twitter though, because it's too much fun.
It is. Okay, so New Year's Day, I had to go to work. So I have to get up really early to go to work. So it was maybe 6:30 in the morning that I was walking down the street, and this guy comes up to me, shadiest looking guy in the world. Like, he looked like a pimp. He had a long trench coat. He had several earrings. He had that fucking hat, not the fedora, the one that looks like a fedora.
Oh, the fake fedora.
Fake fedora.
They're like nice guys use.
Right. And he comes up to me, and he's like, excuse me, can I have just like a second of your time? And I'm on my way to work. I've got my headphones in. I've woken up late, so I'm not in a good mood.
Mm-hmm.
Take my headphones out, like, what do you want? What do you want? And he looks me dead in the eye and says, if I give you £20, will you let me smell your feet?
Okay.
I was like, no thank you. And I proceeded to walk away. And he stops me. This is the bit that gets me. He stops me and says, oh, I was only joking, by the way.
Right. It's not a funny joke if it was. But I'm pretty sure that's what serial killers say.
The funniest thing to me was that, why did he feel the need to say that? Like, I'm a stranger. I'm going to walk away and he's never going to see me again. So why does he feel the need to validate himself for me?
What's the thing about stopping you? Like, some people would just punch him in the face as soon as they grabbed him.
It was like, that was the kind of thing that it happens and you're like, oh, okay, his mates have dared him, whatever. No, it was 6:30 in the morning. The streets were deserted apart from the two of us. What?
Yeah. That's insane.
It's bizarre. Yesterday.
Alright. Same guy?
No, not the same guy.
Stop
I was on my way back from work, and some random guy was like, oh, it's a bit cold out here today, isn't it? I was like, yeah, kind of like in passing. I didn't feel the need to stop or anything, except for the fact that he just stroked my arm.
Okay.
I was walking away and he just stroked it. My arm. Why he did this?
Saffy? Weird people are out there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's just.
I don't know how to compute sometimes when these things happen.
I don't understand. The conversation literally went, oh, it's cold out. Yep. Strokes arm.
Like, it's like a human malfunction. Like, he could have been perfectly... like, he could have been a perfectly normal dude and thought, hey, this is a pretty girl, I just want to talk to her. And say, oh, it's cold out. And then be like... and then just...
He was at least 50.
Oh, okay, this is not good. This is not a good start. This is creepy, just wanting to stroke young girls' arms. This is...
Yep.
I say young girl, like it's a pedo.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, but same level, it's like... Yeah.
See, this is the thing, like, I don't get catcalled that often, but weird fucking people come and approach me.
Yeah, that's quite... Yeah. I think I put off the gay vibe pretty well. I don't think I get that until I'm going out at a bar or something.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm wearing one of my skirts or something. And it's just like, hello, creeps. How you
and
doing?
then there was that Spanish creep at the pub.
I think we mentioned this story before, but it always can do retelling.
Yeah.
Saffy.
Okay. So we're missing out the whole deal about how I ended up in hospital. That's in another podcast.
That was after.
Yeah, it was. We went out drinking for my friend's 19th birthday.
Same age as you.
Same age as me. I know. I don't know why that confused me. Yeah, and we went to the pub and we had smoking pairs because there were 4 of us. And one of the times that I went out to have a cigarette, I was approached by... I can't even remember the details about it. This is the thing. I was approached by this Spanish guy.
Was I outside at this point with you?
I don't know if it was you who was with me.
Oh, it was, because this is when the guy... Spanish guy approached her and said hi, then immediately put his arm around Saffy to use to hold a cigarette in one hand and a lighter in the other to light his cigarette. So he put his arm around her to light it.
I think that was later. I think.
Oh no, sorry, that was the second time we tried to avoid him.
Yeah. The first time it was just kind of like, you know, the standard like, hi, where are you from? You know, just fucking standard.
Yeah.
But then he followed us back to the table where we were sitting.
Okay.
And just sat down with us.
Yeah.
Because he was. I don't think it was you who was there the first time. I think it was Chloe.
Yeah. No, sorry. The first time I had the different smoking pair.
Yeah.
Like it was disorganized, and I was sitting next to you to make sure he wasn't there first time.
Right. But he kind of like that was the thing. I sat down next to you specifically so that he could sit next to me. But then he told you to move.
No,
right?
it wasn't that point. That was actually after the cigarettes incident.
Okay, so we went out for a cigarette and then he came out the second time and then he did the weird thing where he put his arm around me to light his cigarette.
Before that, he was just trying to like encroach on you. And what we did is we said, let's go out for a cigarette. And we used the signal. I used it with a couple of other friends. That means, yes, this is a creepy dude. Maybe he's dancing with me or maybe he's just trying to talk to me. That means we're going outside to get away.
Yeah. And he followed us out and did that weird fucking thing. It was so bizarre.
Yeah.
The way he asked me for a light and then he put his arm round me to light his cigarette. It was so weird. And he nearly burnt my face off.
He did that because what happened was we purposely steered the conversation to be... We're actually talking about Katie and Han because there are 2 people we know that we can talk about that he wouldn't know, so therefore he couldn't join the conversation. Like, if we talked about like a TV show or something, he could have known it and he could have been like involved in the kid's situation. So we were like, let's talk about this, something he clearly doesn't know. Let's bring it like only so that we can know what's going on here. We laughed at moments that weren't even funny because we were like, go away. This when he lit the cigarette because clearly he was feeling out of the situation.
Yeah.
And then clearly when he wasn't coming, like leaving, we literally just like, let's go back inside. And then I didn't get back to your seat quick enough, I swear. That's when he sat next to you.
Right. And that's when he stroked my arm and said to me, and I quote, "I love your colour."
Yep. He said, I like, actually. He wasn't even go that far.
Oh, okay, sorry. I like your colour.
Right. Spanish dude as well. A white Spanish dude. Just to clarify. If that clearly wasn't, like, clear enough in the statement of I like your colour and knowing what's appropriate in a conversation, or to say as a human being to another human being.
And then we made up that whole thing about me having an Italian boyfriend, and we put so much emphasis on the Italian as if that would
Italian boyfriend. Not Spanish. Italian. She's into the Italian guys.
Yep.
Yep. That was creepy. I had a guy at a bar, I want to say Wednesday.
Okay.
I would drink.
You want to say it? You said it.
Well, I've been drinking like 5 days in a row, man. I can't remember which day's which.
It's just all blurring into one another now.
I know. And basically, my friend was talking to a good-looking rugby dude.
Nice. Okay.
She'd already made the signal clear. This is the guy she would want to be talking to.
Right.
And I was like, all right, I'll leave this. He seemed like a nice guy. I was leaving this conversation. Unfortunately, behind me, there was a twink of a dude. But, like, who tried to act like an alpha guy.
Right.
Which is always funny, just in itself. He was wearing a very metrosexual blue cardigan as well. You know. And his first decision to interact with me was to stroke my face. And when
I like that as you said that, for all the people listening, you just stroked my face. And not like, it wasn't like a caress on the cheek, just to clarify, it was a full frontal, like down your forehead and nose.
Yeah, because I had to clarify to you that it wasn't like that. It was just... It would just bash you down the nose and the mouth, but just light enough for it not to be painful. Just like a moment of confusion. Like that's his playing technique, to confuse you and then be like, see, I'm not an arsehole, I just confused you. So it was just... And then just immediately went, how you doing? And I was like, I'm okay. And then just like turned to my friend and the rugby guy, and I was like, eh. I was like nudging my finger towards him like, this guy here. And then we were like clocked on, thankfully. This guy knew his shit. We started bringing in this conversation.
Right.
But then those two started like talking more.
Right.
And I was like...
So you didn't want to cock block, but you also needed the protection. I see your predicament.
Also giant rugby dude. I was like, even though I would have knocked him out first, I mean, I like the idea that this rugby guy is more intimidating than me. It saddens me that I'm just not that intimidating. I'm a short stack. Like
and
three
you don't,
pancakes.
you got a little innocent face.
I know, but not when I'm pissed off. I can look pissed off.
No, I've yet to see that.
You've never pissed me off. No, to be fair, I don't look that intimidating. I had punch cats before though. I hope I just get a reputation and then just go work around that.
You get a street cred going.
Street cred. I saw I knock a guy out once. So this guy grabbed me again and was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like,
Did you say it exactly like that? What's wrong with ya?
like actually like aggressive. Like this guy had way too many drinks.
Right.
Like off his face. And I was like, I'm fine. And then turned back towards them. And then at this point, he was just like, you feel like a good hard dicking, don't you?
What?
This is the legal conversation I had to take. This is when he's actually a good looking guy. My friend was also interested in him. Beady dude, like a leather jacket. He was a good looking dude, but maybe that wasn't the point. The point was, he immediately went in, pushed his friend back, which he could do because he was a lot more built than this skinny twat, and just went, sorry about him, he's had a lot to drink. And I was like, okay. I didn't want to be like, oh, it's okay, because no, it's fucking annoying.
It's not okay, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you seem like a decent guy, just try and keep him over there. Because in this point, he was just like, what was it? He was miming a dick in a mouth,
right?
Number one, and he said something, and he was like, "What? Don't you really like a really hard cock?" And then the guy was just like, was looking at me like, "I'm sorry," and I was just there, and I was like, he was like, "You don't even need to respond." I was like, "Let me do this." I'm gay, so no. And then the guy was like, just a high five for a moment, just to get a high five while ignoring him. And then he was like, seemed to get more angsty at this point. That's when I turned back to my friend and the rugby guy. The rugby guy was leaving. I looked at my friend like, what happened? And she was like, he has a girlfriend. And I was like, I withstood this son of a bitch for like, this happened like 20 minutes or half an hour. And it was like, the guy had several interactions, like all little bits of conversations, but I can't remember all of it, but it was all along that line.
Right.
And like me looking towards him and him just like facing towards me, his friend backed him off for quite a bit, to be fair.
Right.
But I was standing there for so long to find out this guy had a girlfriend. It was just so frustrating. I was just there like, man. Like, it's like those things is like the friend zone like arguments that guys have. It was honestly like someone's friend's getting bothered by a guy, and they're clearly leaving this conversation because they want you two to get on.
Yeah.
If you have a girlfriend, why would you not try and like make sure you two aren't secluded in the conversation?
Right.
Like, he didn't want the number from anyone. He just wanted a conversation. Why would he not see that this girl was like standing on the edge, trying not to join the conversation for that reason?
Yeah.
And I don't know, that his thinking just threw me. That thinking, and I was like, okay. And then my friend was like, yeah, that leather jacket guy, quite good looking. This is also the friend that's going to the podcast later. This is August. This doesn't put a good light. To be fair, they were both good looking guys. I understand it.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's quite good looking, and I was like, yeah, but he's hanging out with that shit. And he was like, well, how many drinks has he had? And I'm like, and he was like, well, he's holding you back. And I was like, yeah, he sounds like a decent guy. Would you really want to have, if you dated that guy, you had to go out drinking with his mates or something? Would you want that? And she's like, I might never get that far. And I was like, okay, you go start the conversation with him. And of course, the blue cardigan guy standing there, she's like, shit, I'm never going to be able to have a conversation with him because this guy is there. And I was like, sadly, yeah. And she's like, maybe later in the night they'll be separate. They were separate at some point. I don't know where they went. But, this was all out in a smoking area of the bar. Which is why, like, it was so easy to talk. The guy, at some point, must have been chucked out. He was wearing the big guy's leather jacket, actually. And there were benches taking up, like, smoking areas taken up by, like, large metal bars.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, you know, one of those, like, festival ones?
Yeah.
So, like, kind of level. And there's benches outside there because it's, like, a student bar. So he stood on top of it and was shouting at girls next to him about, like, the same things he was shouting at me. And so, like, all the girls were shouting at him. And then just, like, one of the guys just pushed him and he fell back on the bench. And we just heard a bash. Ah! And we were like, hey! He's gone! And then my friend afterwards, she was kind of apologetic about the situation. She was like, I knew what you were doing. You're solid wingman right there. But, such a sad things happen. I was like, it was as sad for you as it was for me. Let's be real. It's all good. Any other strange interactions? Imogen would have quite a few.
Okay, did I ever tell you the story about when Chloe tried to set me up with a guy?
No, we have to finish on it, but yes. Actually, no, I don't know
if I should tell it.
Well, I can start one up deciding if you want to tell yours. Imogen had a strange conversation once. It wasn't even with a guy. It wasn't one of those conversations. She got on a bus once, as you do, like a midnight bus, back on the way home from the night drinking.
Mm.
This woman comes down next to her and said, I can see it in your eyes. You're one of the chosen.
Oh my god.
This sets the tone of the entire conversation.
What?
Imogen, though, she, if you didn't know from the other podcasts, if you haven't watched the other podcasts, my younger sister, 17. I mean, she wasn't out drinking. What are you talking about? 18. She was, she's very laid back. And when someone gets in a conversation with her, sometimes she just wants to let it happen. She was like, I can see it in you too. You are also. And she...
I love Imogen so much.
And so the woman was like, thank God, sometimes you just can't find them out of all these sinners. And Imogen was just like, I see where this is going. She was like, and she didn't want to like push it down to a particular religion. She was like, I know when it happens, we'll be safe. And she's like, and yeah, then it turned out to be a Christian. She's like, yeah, it's not even a Christian, I don't think. It's like, I don't even know. It's like, yeah, when the reaping happens, we're going to be here standing in front of end of it. And then she was like, just look around this entire bus. It's like, she must have gone, look at this entire bus. I was like, pointed at a guy, it's like a guy in his 50s, probably like come back from work or something. And she's like, he is not. He is filthy. He is covered in the dirt of filth. And then my sister was like, yeah, it's totally true. I see it. You can just see it all over him. We're not that woman there. I just can't make her out. She's like, oh, she was chosen once, but it's gone now. Now she swears to God, this woman didn't have red eyes. She didn't have dilated pupils.
Right.
She could have been sober as a sock. She was just...
New favourite phrase. I want that on a t-shirt.
First t-shirt, sober as a sock.
Sober as a sock. It's gonna happen.
It might have to be like in inverted commas, is that not brackets? Of course, brackets are inverted. Yeah, so she went, apparently this bus ride was about an hour and a half. The whole time she was keeping up. And at the end, the woman decided to kiss her on the forehead and say, what was it? It was something like, let the faith be with you. And Imogen was just like, and with you too. And then she got off the bus at the same time as the guy in front of him that was working. He wasn't actually that far ahead, apparently. I was not here for this entire situation. Imogen doesn't lie about this shit. She's always ready for these conversations.
Right.
Also, her imagination, it's like, it's okay, but like she dreams about yogurts. Like her dreams can literally be going down to the fridge and having a yogurt. That could be in her entire night's dream. She got the bus and apparently the guy was there and he was just like, do you know that woman well? She's like, no, she's a fucking nutter, mate. And he was like, thank God, I thought you were actually with this conversation. And she was like, no, this woman just came up to me and decided that I was the one she wanted to talk to.
You said socks, and it reminded me of another weird encounter that I had, again, when I was on my way back from work. It will only take a second, don't worry.
Just looking at the charge.
Oh, okay, I thought you were looking at the time.
Because the Zoom might die on us.
Okay. Well, no, I was on my way back from work again, and I was smoking a cigarette, and this guy came up to me with his buddy, and he asked for a cigarette, and I was like, okay, standard, I just want a new pack. It's no skin off my back.
I always say no, though. Apart from when
That's
some people I know.
I always say yeah.
I always say yes when it's people I know, not if stranger.
Okay. Well,
Especially because if someone else sees that, I feel like they'll ask me, and that's happened to me before in Brixton.
Okay. Well, no, I gave him one anyway, and then he was just walking down the street. He didn't get it out of his bag. He was already holding them in his hands. Just a pair of socks. In the packet, not opened, a pair of socks. I gave him a cigarette. This was right after Christmas, and he was like, thank you so much, Merry Christmas. Take these socks, please take these socks. I was like, I don't want the socks. They probably have cocaine in them. I'm just going to walk away. And he was literally, he got so aggressive with me. He was like, take the socks. I was like, I don't want the socks. I walked away from that conversation so fast.
Yeah. So you shouldn't give cigarettes to strangers, guys.
Right?
And I think that should be the ending on our podcast so that this doesn't die. But we're about to record another one, so you get a double fill anyway.
Yeah.
And somehow you can slip the other one into the Unusual Comparison podcast or say to the next, the TrickingCerberus one.
Alright, yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
So before this Zoom dies, which might... goodbye from me, Ronnie.
Ta-ta for now from me, Saffy.
You could probably... Another video will be posted an hour or so after this. So. And that is how we end the TrickingCerberus podcast.
Goodbye.
Bye!